Men du synes måske bare, jeg står og bræger. Nå. Tallene er altså gode nok. Over 50%. Ja, du kan selv være et får.
TV2. Vi ses.
Jennifer's got an ace-10 in her hand.
Nu viser vi World Poker Tour 2, Ladies Night.
Oh, good. We got action first hand.
From the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, luck will be a lady on the World Poker Tour tonight.
Jennifer Harman.
She plays in the biggest poker games in the world.
She made the nut flush. A well-played hand by Jennifer.
Will Jennifer Harman hit it big here tonight?
Kathy Liebert.
She's won more money at WPT events than any other woman.
She's picked up a big hand. This is big slick.
Can Kathy Liebert's luck hold up?
My name is Evelyn Ng.
Poker pro Evelyn Ng is a rising star in the world of tournament poker. Can she outshine the big names tonight? This English grandmother of 5 finished 4th on the WPT's Party Poker Million Tournament.
She's walking away our 4th place finisher. Such elegance, such class. She really is a classy lady.
Only 1st place will do for Maureen Feduniak tonight. This Texas mom finished in the money in her very first WPT tournament.
Just got lucky.
Can Clonie Gowen cash in on this final table?
I'm Annie Duke.
This mother of 4 is probably the most famous woman in the world of poker. How will the legendary Annie Duke shuffle a table full of women?
I don't know how it's gonna go. We'll see.
This ain't your grandpa's poker game. It's Ladies' Night on the World Poker Tour.
The WPT has invited 6 of the poker world's most exciting women to compete in this very special edition of the World Poker Tour, Ladies' Night.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Sexton, along with Vince Van Patten. We are at the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, for a very special World Poker Tour event.
That's right, Mike. It is Ladies' Night on the World Poker Tour. 6 of the hottest players in the world are going to compete in this invitational-only event.
Since this is a special tournament, the women will start with $250,000 in chips each. That means there will be $1.5 million worth of chips on the table.
Now, the winner of Ladies' Night will be invited to play in the World Poker Tour invitational event. Also, she'll have a guaranteed seat worth $25,000 in the World Poker Tour Championship event, and there she has a chance to win millions of dollars.
And she gets the prestige of carrying this title all year long.
Right.
And as we said, it could be worth millions of dollars to her in the WPT Championship. Let's get to the table. Here we go. The action is going to be on professional player Jennifer Harman to start.
Jennifer will be first to act.
Jennifer's got an ace-10 in her hand. Pretty strong hand.
She's going to raise it up on the first hand here, Vince.
Oh, good. We got action first hand.
Yes, she does. Makes it $15,000 to go, so she's raised it $10,000.
Evelyn goes out with a 5-3. Annie Duke going out.
Annie Duke folds her hand.
Clonie going out.
And here's Kathy.
Kathy Liebert, crafty pro, not going to play.
Now around to Maureen, and Maureen's picked up the ace-deuce of spade, and she's going to call the raise here, looks like.
She is.
Action on hand 1 by the ladies here, Vince.
We're going to see a flop first hand. Let's see what happens. Well, Mike and Ace came up. They both have aces.
They sure do. Now, Maureen's the first to act here, and she's going to bet, it looks like. Now, she has an ace and a deuce. She bet $20,000, Vince.
Jennifer has aces with the better kicker, that second card. She has the 10. But look at her.
A kicker is what breaks ties in a hand. If you have the same pair, they go to the second card. In this case, we see Jennifer has the better hand, the higher card with the 10, and she's going to play. She calls.
She's just going to call. Very interesting. We know she's in front at this point.
Look at this right here on hand 1. Big action already, Vince. 20,000 betting called. Here we go.
We're going to see the 4th card.
Now, the 4th card is a 5, Vince. Now, this gives Maureen a straight draw along with her 2 aces.
Yeah, she'd have that miracle inside straight draw, but she looks like she's going to line up and bet this one, too.
Because Jennifer didn't raise her on the flop, I'm sure Maureen thinks she has the best hand here. because we can see these cards, we know she doesn't. And I can tell you right now, she is putting Jennifer to the test here on hand one, Vince.
Well, she just swung in. She bet 40,000.
Wow. Big pot right here on hand one.
Jennifer, stiff as a statue here. She is in front with the aces with a 10 kicker. What's she going to do?
She folds her hand.
Oh,
The grandmother, Maureen's aggressive play, fired right into the top-notch professional player and ran her out of that pot, Vince.
these girls are not playing.
Guess I'll get to see what you have on TV, huh?
No.
Did you hear that, Vince? Jennifer said, I guess I'll have to wait till I see what you had on TV, huh?
Well, when she sees it, she's going to be sick about it. Well, a strong play by Maureen Feduniak.
The grandmother of 5 earned the first pot by continuing to bet into her.
Next hand's going to be on Annie Duke. She's got Motown. That's Jackson 5. She's not going to play it. Clonie's got a 9-8. Also not going to play. Kathy's out.
This is what makes the World Poker Tour so exciting. We get to see these players' cards.
That is right, Mike. The WPT cams let you in on how these players really play. And Maureen Feduniak once again.
She's in position on the button, as we say, and she raises it to 15,000 with a queen 10 offsuit.
Jennifer's going out, and now it's going to be on Evelyn. And look at this. Evelyn has picked up a monster. She's got big slick ace king of hearts.
80,000 she blurts out, Vince.
80,000.
A nice strong raise with a nice strong hand right here by Evelyn.
Now, she does not look like a typical poker player.
No, she's stunning looking, Vince, but I tell you one thing. This is a real poker player. Evelyn Ng can play the game.
Maureen Feduniak now looking like...
Well, looking like her queen 10 offsuit just went down to a single stack of pancakes there.
Look, she's got Maureen to fold her hand. Evelyn Ng looks to her coach in the stands, Daniel. Well done. Now, for those of you who are new to the game, it is a very easy game to learn. But to get good at, it's a whole different story.
The name of the game is No Limit Texas Hold'em, the Cadillac of poker. It takes a minute to learn and a lifetime to master. To start, the players ante up and are dealt 2 cards face down. These down cards are called hole cards or pocket cards.
Right. Then 5 community cards are placed face up on the table. Now you combine your 2 hole cards with the community cards to make the best 5-card poker hand.
Once you get your first 2 down cards, you make a bet. The 2 players to the left of the dealer button have force bets called blinds. The blinds ensure there's action and money in the pot on every hand.
After the first round of betting, 3 community cards called the flop are dealt face up. This sets off another round of betting.
Then the 4th card is dealt. It's called the turn card or 4th street. Then there's another round of betting.
The 5th and final card called the river or 5th street is dealt, which leads to the final round of betting. After that, whoever is left in the hand turns the cards over to see who wins. Well, Mike, this is going to be fascinating to see who comes out on top and wins this, considering that they're all starting with the same amount of money.
And these are great players, make no mistake about it. We've got some of the premier cash game players sitting at this table, some of the premier tournament players in the world sitting here, some rising stars. Going to be exciting to see who comes out on top tonight.
I don't think any of these ladies are intimidated by each other. And right now it's going to be on Kathy. And she's got king, queen, and she's going to raise it.
15,000 she comes in for.
Maureen's going out. Jennifer Harman's picked up an ace, queen. She's got to love that.
Pretty big hand here. She's going to her raising stack, Vince.
There she goes.
40.
40,000 she's raised it, so she's made it 55,000 to go.
Evelyn going out. Annie Duke with a 10-4 is not going to play. Clonie with a ace-6 is going out. Back to Kathy Liebert.
Now, when you get re-raised and you're holding king-queen, you're not really excited about it here, Vince. It'll be interesting to see what Kathy does here.
Let's not forget, Kathy Liebert won $1 million on the Party Poker Cruise a year ago. This is a champion poker player.
These 2 are both champions, Vince.
She's
and Kathy
going out.
lays it down. A nice lay down by Kathy there. As we see, Jennifer was in a dominating position with ace-queen versus king-queen. Re-raised it. Nice play by Jennifer. Nice lay down by Kathy.
Jennifer Harman has spent most of her adult life in casinos, but there's another side to this poker pro.
When I play poker, it's strictly business. It's my job. I go in here, I take it very seriously. And when I go home, everything changes. I'm just a housewife. When I first started playing poker, you know, my family was just horrified. A woman can't play poker. They're supposed to be in the house scrubbing the floors. And since I've been successful, they're just, you know, they're always in there rooting for me. I've been married for about 3 years. Kids are on their way. I want to be a mom real bad. That's my next goal in life. I married an Italian. It's the best thing I could have done. And I love Marco. And this is the kitchen where Marco does most of the cooking, because I'm not a very good cook. So I do a little bit of the cooking, but when it's major, he does it. I can boil water.
So just what does a typical day look like for this not-so-typical wife?
I do not use alarm clocks. So I basically get to wake up when I want, which is very nice. And then I usually work out. I don't really like to box, but if I have a really bad day in poker, I'll come in here and hit this guy. But it's not very often I come in here and pound this guy. It's not very often poker gets me that upset. Now my off days, we go hiking or we walk the dogs, we swim.
She played with them a lot, a little bit with me.
I walk in, I get to see my husband and my dogs. It makes me smile.
Okay, Jen.
I'm not picking on you, I just don't have You'll see.
Notice that little barb Kathy throws out there. Okay, you're going to pick on me?
Look at the chit-chat.
No holds barred anymore.
You're all confident now.
I think they're truly having a good time.
No, neck and play.
All I can say is don't change your dial. This is not Sex in the City. We're playing poker.
I went to Las Vegas for the first time when I was around 18 and played in a 7-card stud, 10-cent ante, $40 buy-in, 7-card stud game. I had lost $40 and I was completely devastated, but I was totally hooked from that point forward. I've loved the game ever since. I was a fish for a couple of years, but I turned my game around.
I was probably 10, 8 maybe. When my mom and dad used to play at home games and I used to watch, I used to have to rest my chin on the table and stand on my tippy toes to be able to see everything. It was fun.
On November 30th, 1984, the Bicycle Casino opened its doors in Los Angeles, California. With 8,100 square feet and 130 gaming tables, the Bike is one of Southern California's premier gaming destinations.
Welcome back. I'm Mike Sexton.
And I'm Vince Van Patten, and this is a very special edition of the World Poker Tour because it's Ladies' Night.
This is an historical event here tonight. This is the first televised ladies-only poker tournament in history, and they're playing for pride and prestige here, Vince.
Okay, now let's talk about predictions, Mike. Who do you think is going to win the tournament? Who's going to get lucky tonight?
Well, of course, any of these ladies are capable of winning. They're all expert players. But if I was forced to pick one and had to pick somebody, I would pick Kathy Liebert.
Well, she made the final table here last year, and you liked her then. You put the hex on her then. Yeah. She was eliminated within 2 hands. But nevertheless, you're absolutely right. She is overdue. She is a wonderful player. Now, you know how I pick them? I pick them by who looks the luckiest. It doesn't always work, of course. Okay, I'm looking at the players. Here's what we got. Annie Duke is going to win this tournament.
Annie Duke, you're picking.
Annie Duke. I'm going with Annie.
All right, there you go.
It's going to be on Kathy Liebert. Kathy Liebert has a jack deuce, hates that hand, throws it away. Maureen with a 6 deuce, not going to call. Jennifer also out.
Evelyn out, and here we are. Vince down to the battle of the blinds here.
Annie Duke's got a queen 4.
And raises the pot, Vince. She comes in for $17,500 with a queen 4 offsuit, hoping Clonie didn't pick up a hand, but Clonie calls her with a 10 and a 9. Look at this. We're going to have some action.
Little semi-bluff, and Clonie's going to call her on it. We're going to see a flop. Annie has not played too many hands so far, so she's got to be excited to be in this. Here we go.
She's not too excited to get called with a queen and a 4, but she did flop a pair of queens.
Yeah, she got lucky. She got a piece of that. She's got a queen in her hand, makes a pair of queens. She looks back and is going to bet out.
She bets 20,000 with 2 queens. Now Clonie here has a 10 and a 9. Now that gives her an inside straight draw. A jack would make her a straight.
That's not much to get excited about, but
she looks over and smiles at Annie. Annie smiles back. That's a little stare down contest here, Vince.
that was one of the most forced smiles I've ever seen.
That.
It's just and there's the laugh.
Yeah. Now she won't be laughing if Clonie would raise her right here. I'll tell you that. But
Clonie, do your stuff there.
Called her with an inside straight draw. Going to try to catch the jack here.
Oh, Clonie, miracles can happen. Let's see if it does. I admire her guts. Here it is. It's not going to get there yet on 4th Street.
And the board pairs 5s. And now Annie's thinking to herself, whoa, I've raised it, I got called. I bet I got called. I'm going to go for some bigger guns this time.
But she is not stopping. She's going to make a nice solid bet here.
And a big bet at that. 45,000.
Oh, strong bet. And now look at Clonie.
She grimaces. She lays down her inside straight draw. But give Annie Duke credit there, Vince. I think she really put her on a straight draw. Didn't want to give her any free cards that would beat her. What a nice bet by Annie Duke to win that pot. A nice read and a nice bet by Annie Duke right there.
It's going to be on Annie again.
No, it's better than that.
She has to act first, looking very loose. And now she's got 6-5 of clubs, a suited connector, Mike.
Now there's a hand a number of players would play, but not Annie. Didn't opt to play that in first position.
Clonie's out, Kathy's out. Maureen has a junk hand, Jack-6 offsuit.
But she has the button in favorable position, Vince, and she's going to raise on that button 15,000.
Now I love that. That's a nice raise. She's in a good position. Jennifer's out, but Evelyn Ng is thinking this over with an ace-deuce.
75.
She is re-raising, makes it 75,000 to go with an ace-deuce. A bold re-raise by Evelyn here.
Oh, she's put the hammer to Maureen.
Well, remember the last time Maureen raised on the button, Evelyn made it 80,000 and picked up the pot.
And she's not going to call it.
Let me tell you, I believe Maureen Feduniak is the most improved player in poker, man or woman, in the last 2 years. No question about it in my mind. Maureen Feduniak has come a long way as a poker player. She can play the game.
I don't play in a tremendous amount of tournaments, but I've been very fortunate this year.
Maureen has come a long way in the last few years. She's done very well.
She's intimidating because she's not scared at the table. She'll get out there and gamble with you, and that makes it a little difficult to play no limit hold'em against. She's not predictable.
I just play poker for a hobby.
She just spanked my brother at the Bellagio, so she's got to be good, right?
Maureen caught the poker bug from her husband, Bob, and the hobby they share may prove that the couple that plays together stays together.
We're never apart. We never spend a day apart from each other, do we?
Except when I get knocked out of the tournament and you're still
and I'm
there.
still playing.
It's definitely something that gives us an opportunity to do something together, to share something together.
It's a wonderful thing for a husband and wife to be able to do together.
Exciting poker action on Ladies' Night here at the Bicycle Casino. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I didn't play poker until I had dealt for a few months. Actually, maybe like 6-7 months, and I just saw the same people winning all the time, and I figured this is a game that I wanted to play.
My family played a ton of cards, and although we didn't play poker very often, my dad did have like this round chip set, you know, with the white plastic chips and the red plastic chips and the blue plastic chips, and we used to play a little bit as part of our family card games.
We're at the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, where Maureen Feduniak came out swinging to pick up the first pot.
Right here on hand one, big action already, Vince.
But it wasn't enough to stop Annie Duke from taking the lead and taking control of the final table.
Well, Mike, I can just feel the estrogen in the room, and I like it. It's a nice change of pace. Kathy Liebert's going out with Queen 8. Maureen also goes out. Now it's on Jennifer Harman with the 10-8 offsuit.
Look at this, Vince. She's going to her stack of chips. She's raising it. Comes in for 15,000.
All
The
right,
10-8 offsuit.
She gets Evelyn to go out.
Evelyn folds and Annie folds, and now we're around to Clonie on the big blind. She's picked up the Jack-9 of spade.
That's a pretty interesting hand.
And she calls. So we're going to have a flop here between Clonie and Jennifer. Look at this flop, Vince. Jack, Jack, deuce.
Well, there it is. It's big for Clonie. She's hit 3 of a kind.
But she quickly checks, Vince. Look how cool she's keeping here.
But Jennifer's also going to check.
And a 5 comes on the turn, and Clonie checks one more time.
Oh, I love
She's
this.
throwing her some rope here, Vince.
Oh, no, she's dug the hole. She's put the branches, put the sticks over it. And she's waiting for the sucker to fall into it.
And it looks like Jennifer's going to.
Yeah, she is.
21,000, she bets.
This is beautiful by Clonie.
I'll tell you one thing, Vince. You can take her to Hollywood with you. Look at this. The grimace even. Look at this. What to do with these 3 jacks? She's trapping.
This is a performance. It's a beautiful, subtle performance. She's going to get the Meryl Streep award here. She could only do a dialect. Look, oh, she's
and
reluctantly
she just
calling.
calls. Oh, this is something.
She's just calling. She has 3 of a kind.
Look how she has slow played these 3 jacks to trap Jennifer for one more bet, and let's see if she gets it for some more.
Last card coming up.
And a 6 of diamonds comes off. Now, it does put 3 diamonds out there.
She's doing it again.
But she quickly checks, hoping Jennifer's going to bet again.
Jennifer
just surrenders the hand. Wisely did not bet on the end there.
Oh, artistry at work there, Mike.
Look how cagey Clonie played that hand. Vince, it just shows you all trappers don't wear fur hats.
I think Jennifer is going to go to the pocket book for some Tums after that one. Did not like that result.
Vince, there's a saying in poker, good players can set traps, the great players can sense them.
Clonie Gowen is the ultimate adventurer. This is just her latest trip into the world of poker.
My name is Clonie Gowen. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I was born in the basement of the General Hospital, and they had some really rough weather going on. My dad said, well, if it's a girl, we're going to name her Cyclone. But if it's a boy, we're going to name her Hurricane Jackson. And thank goodness my mom stepped in and they compromised and they came up with Cyclona. By trade, I'm an adventurer.
Nice, huh?
I've traveled all over the world to scuba dive, and I just love going to third world countries and seeing how they live their lives, which is so different than my life in Dallas. Honey, we got ants.
Clonie's life in Dallas is a world away from the World Poker Tour.
Well, this is my house. Me and Dave.
He couldn't resist, could he?
Nah, he loves the water. I've been married for 3 years, David for 5 before that. He doesn't play poker, so when he met me, I know it was definitely quite different that he had a wife that played poker.
I could never date a poker player, ever. They're selfish, they want to play poker all the time. Oh yeah, I know we're having dinner tonight. We're never on time. Okay, well, I'll be there at 6. It's midnight. Sorry, I got stuck. I love poker. It is definitely a passion of mine. I think the future holds great things for me, whatever that may be. I'm just at a point in my life where if I'm not having fun with it, then I don't want to do it. Wow, plant the park!
Well, she wins this tournament. It'll be a lot of dog food with that monster poodle. And here we go. It's going to be on Maureen. She's got a 9-8 suited connector of hearts.
Yeah, nice hand, but she opts to fold.
Jennifer disgustingly throws her 10-5 away.
Evelyn folds. Now we're around to Annie Duke on the button in position. She's picked up a Queen-9 offsuit and comes in for 15,000.
Well, you got to like this. She's making a nice little raise in a nice position. Clonie going out.
Clonie had 10-7 of clubs and opted to fold. But look at this.
Well, Kathy's got a real hand. She's got a pair of 7s.
She has picked up a pair. She is in the big blind. The question is, how is she going to play it? Is she going to call or is she going to raise? She's going to raise it.
There she goes, Kathy going at it.
She makes it 35,000 to go. She has re-raised Annie Duke here.
Annie feeling a little embarrassed, maybe. She has 3 options. Get the heck out, call, or raise.
She looks back at her hand. Look at the determined look on her face. What is she going to do here? She's gotten re-raised by Kathy Liebert.
Do you just say, hey, I've had enough and throw it away?
She's reaching for the big stack of $5,000
She is.
chips.
She's looking real serious.
Remember, she only has a queen 9 offsuit here, Vince.
That's correct.
She looks back again at her hand, and she's going to raise it, Vince.
Oh, wow.
She is re-raising Kathy Liebert right here.
Now, win or lose, you got to respect this kind of play.
Vince, you got to have the heart of a champion to make this kind of play. $120,000 raise. Our first 6-digit bet here, Vince. A big, bold bet right here by Annie Duke. What heart she's showing on this hand.
Kathy with the 7s saying, what did I do? Little does she know she's way out in front.
Well, I can tell you right now, she's not way out in front, Vince, but right now she's in the vice, and Annie Duke is squeezing it closed on her here. I mean, your middle pair just is shrinking up a little bit when you get re-raised $155,000.
And this is why Annie Duke's a great player. She only got queen 9. Whether she wins or loses this hand, this is a strong professional play. She's not going to call
lays
it.
the hand down. Give Annie Duke credit there. She earned that pot, Vince, by re-raising Kathy Liebert with a queen 9 offsuit. That is poker at its best.
And she's got to love that. That's poker artistry right there. Well, the blinds have gone up.
We're playing $4,000 and $8,000 blinds now, Vince, with a $1,000 ante. Now that means it's $18,000 to play every 6th hand of poker. So stakes are getting higher.
Kathy has now put on her sunglasses.
Yeah, she has, Vince.
Dark blue.
Maybe she felt like Annie picked something off of her eyes that last pot. She's not going to let her do it again. She's put the shades on.
It could be. Took a lot of guts. See what Annie just did. Action's going to be on Evelyn Ng.
Much more fun than
Now this time she's got ace-3, not going to play. Annie, all chit-chatty over there, very happy about that play. Is going away with a 10-5. Clonie's got a 7-6 of heart. She's also not going to play. Kathy Liebert's a 6-4.
She folded on the button.
Well, I'll tell you something. The ladies are talking children right now. Carpools, PTA meetings, it seems like. All right, it's on Maureen. She's got ace-3.
Limping in, as we say, with the ace high. And look at this. Jennifer's picked up 2 lovely ladies in the big blind on ladies' night.
Oh, we call that West Hollywood. 2 queens. How exciting.
And she's going to raise it. She's not slow playing them. She's bet $28,000.
Right back on Maureen. Maureen always looks like she just walked out of a Merchant Ivory film to me.
Out of a what film?
Never mind.
Well, she has ace high. She just limped in, as we say, to try to see a flop here. So I know that she's thinking that Jennifer doesn't think she has an ace. What to do with an ace high here.
And look at Jennifer, the hand on her chin, pretending like she's not that strong. A huge pair of queens. Maureen's going to call it.
And Maureen calls it. So we're going to have a flop here between Maureen and Jennifer. Jennifer with a powerful hand, 2 queens.
That's ace-3. Here we go.
Flop is king, king, 9.
Flop is king, king, 9.
That did not help Maureen.
She checks.
Jennifer now with queens and kings, of course. Thinking, could Maureen be trapping her perhaps with a king?
Well, it's the only card she has to dodge, so I can't imagine she's not going to bet here.
40,000.
And she does bet 40,000.
And Maureen, it's going to be back on her. She has an ace in her hand.
And now Maureen is staring her down here. She is putting Maureen Feduniak to the test right here, right now.
Maureen Feduniak, a great poker champion. We've seen her last year on the party cruise.
She knows Jennifer's capable of making a play here with nothing. She's wondering if her ace high is indeed good.
And Jennifer looking over, acting very casual.
Maureen's taking a long time, but she lays it down. Jennifer Harman picks up the pot.
Oh, look.
And look at that. Jennifer showed her the 2 queens.
There you go, Jennifer.
Shows 2 queens.
Hey, I only showed her.
Now, the interesting thing is she said, I just showed her. But you know, at a poker table, you show one, you have to show them all.
Exactly right, Vince. It's show one, show all, and that's the way it should be. one player at the table shouldn't benefit from information that others don't get to see. If you're going to show them, you got to show them to everybody. Well, at this stage, Annie Duke is our chip leader with about 350,000 in chips. Evelyn has about 340,000. Clonie has about 260,000. Kathy's got 205,000, and Maureen and Jennifer have about 175,000 each. Action is going to be on Annie Duke.
Annie looking really happy, making some strong plays here this afternoon. She's picked up 9-10 of clubs, a suited connector.
And she just limps in for the 8,000, the size of the big blind.
Clonie's got a queen 10 of hearts.
So she has a nice hand. She's calling.
Kathy Liebert with an ace 8, Mike, of diamonds.
Yes, everybody's got a playable hand here. And she opts to fold the ace 8 of diamonds.
That's interesting. And Maureen has picked up a king 10 of diamonds.
In position on the button.
Yeah, everybody does have a hand.
She's going to play.
Yes, she is.
And look at this. Jennifer in the small blind has picked up 2 sevens, Vince.
Oh,
another playable hand.
Notorious sevens.
And she just limps in. She does not raise it.
You gotta love this action. Evelyn has a 10-4.
Here we go. 5-way action, Vince. Wow. Look at this.
Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. There is no holding back right now. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Welcome back to Ladies Night on the World Poker Tour. I'm Mike Sexton.
And I'm Vince Van Patten. And Mike, we have an incredible game of poker going on with these lovely ladies. Let's get back to the action.
We have 5-way action here, Vince.
Yes, we do. First time today. This is very interesting. So here comes the flop.
Flop is 9-6-5 with 2 clubs.
Well, it's hit Annie with a pair of 9s.
And a flush draw for Annie.
Yes, it does.
But the action is on Jennifer with 2 7s. She checks. Evelyn checks. Now Annie, remember, has the top pair with a flush draw, a big flop for her.
Well, she is turning out to be the Gus Hansen of the ladies. Very aggressive player.
She's bet 50,000.
And Clonie's got just queen 10. You can't figure she's going to call it.
No help for her.
She's not going to.
Maureen has king 10. There was no help for her. Now look at Jennifer. Jennifer has a pair of 7s, giving her a straight draw.
And the second pair.
You know, a number of players might have raised before the flop when all those people limped in with 2 7s. Jennifer opted to call. There's a saying in poker, beware the limper. The first person to come into the pot just calling, which was Annie Duke in this case. Jennifer obeyed that little lesson. She didn't raise before the flop. Now she might have wished she had have. And she folds. She opts not to get involved. And Evelyn folds. Annie picks up another pot. A wise decision by Jennifer folding there, because Annie flopped a monster, as we say. The top pair in the flush draw, and she adds to her chip lead, Vince.
She's going to take another huge pot, and she is becoming unstoppable.
Annie Duke's big brother is 2-time WPT champion Howard Lederer, but Annie has definitely made her own name in the world of poker.
I've been playing poker for a living since I was 27. I had been in a PhD program. I said, this isn't what I want to do. And I called up my brother, who was already a very accomplished player. And I said, can you teach me how to play? I need to do something.
Though she chose the road less traveled, Annie's definitely gotten a lot of mileage out of being one of the few top female players around.
If you're a woman, you really do have to play differently than a man. So as long as you're aware of what type of person you happen to be playing against, yeah, there's a huge advantage.
Can I get to 33rd to here? Does it block off?
Go to the end.
This is my husband, Ben. This is my 3-year-old, Lucy. And this is my baby, Nellie.
Well, my husband, when I'm away, he's mom. He's the house husband, and God love him, he is wonderful at it. He is an incredible dad. I didn't know when I married him how great he was going to be with the kids, but I am so lucky.
All 4 kids aren't here right now. When all 4 kids are in the house, it's like bedlam. And then that's Maud down in the left corner. Hey, I said get off of there.
It's great, and not many people have the privilege of doing that. Keeps you young and uncomplicated. You get to play GameCube, get to watch cartoons, get to eat Fruity Pebbles, get to do a lot of stuff that, you know, you might not get to do if you're Selling insurance door to door.
Is the GameCube still not plugged in, I hope?
No, it's plugged in.
Ben, that's unplugged and still I say so.
12 years later and 4 kids later, here we are. We're still married, we're still happy, and he's wonderful.
If I had a choice between family and poker, there's no question. So because I know what thing in my life is much more important to me. I'm working the poker into my family life, not the family into my poker life.
Well, Vince, the blinds and antes are going up one more time. It's getting serious now.
Well, you're right. The antes at this point are 1,500, with the blinds being 6,000 and 12,000.
That means there's 27,000 sitting on the table before any cards are dealt.
Okay, that's going to enforce people to play very fast. Here we go. It's going to be on the champion, Annie Duke, to pick up this hand. Let's take a look what she has. Confidence brimming. Queen 10 of diamonds, a pretty good hand.
It's over 20,000 in the pot right now. And she folds this time, Vince. So she's taking a step back to recoup here.
She is. Interesting fold. Clonie's going away with 10-5. Now hold on, you fasten your seatbelts. Kathy Liebert has picked up the jaws of all poker hands, pair of aces.
This is the dream hand in no-limit poker before the flop. This is what you're looking to pick up. Kathy has done it.
Contain the elation.
Now, how much to bet? That's the question. She has simply doubled the size of the blinds. That's the minimum you can raise it.
Maureen's going out. And now it's on Jennifer, who's also got a very good hand. She's got a pair of nines.
Well, she's in a small blind, remember? She's got 6,000 out there.
Now, Houston, we got a problem. Jennifer, you got the pair of nines, but you're up against aces. How do you know you don't?
Well, because of the WPT cams, we know what they have, Vince, and look how exciting this hand is. Will Jennifer raise? Will she fold? Will she call? That's what she's doing. She's calling.
Oh, Jennifer, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. She is calling. She's an underdog at this point.
Can't blame her for calling with 2 nines.
Not at all. Evelyn has an interesting hand. She's got Jack 7 of clubs.
Now remember, it's only going to cost Evelyn 12,000. There's almost 70,000 sitting on the table.
And she is going to call it,
So
Mike.
she obviously does call, and I would have too in her spot.
Three-way action here. Aces, nines against Jack 7. Let's see a flop. Now, that doesn't help any player except for the leader at this time, Kathy, with the pair of aces. Is going to be on Jennifer, though.
Pretty good flop if you have 2 nines and it comes deuce 3-4 offsuit like it has.
It certainly is.
And Jennifer's leading out in betting.
Jennifer, don't do it.
60,000. She has done it. Evelyn folds.
I'm all in.
And Kathy quickly says she's all in.
She's not going to monkey around. She's going all in.
Now, Kathy has about 170,000 right here. Jennifer quickly said, how much have you got there? She wants her to count it down, see what it's going to cost her to call this bet.
Okay, Mike, we got some action here.
These ladies are playing some poker.
There is nothing ladylike about this ladies' night.
You said it, Vince. Stay tuned for more WPT action. We'll be right back. Okay, I'll tell you right now. I predicted it. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. It's ladies' night at the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California.
And this is some of the most exciting poker we have seen. Let's go to the tables.
Right now, Jennifer's faced with a critical decision.
Oh, it's tough to lay this type of hand down. If she could, this would be a master play. She gets up from the table.
Look at Jennifer.
She's getting up.
She's on her knees. She's resituating herself.
She wants to get a higher look at the hand, at the chips.
She's peering from a higher angle right now because she's crawled up into a chair.
Sort of in a fetal position, actually. She's got the decision. She's got the decision.
Oh, it smells like aces to me.
Look at that reaction. Mike.
It smells like aces.
She knows it. She feels it.
She knows there's cooking on the fire, and she hopes she's not the bacon going to be cooked here.
And look at Kathy just shriveled up when she said that. She's saying, what the heck did I do? Gave that one away, I guess.
Well, this tells me that Jennifer's instincts tells her that she's beat here. She thinks her opponent's got aces, which in fact she does have. Incredible action here you're watching.
I call.
And
she's calling.
Is.
She's doing it.
She's gonna call it. Go. Here's the showdown. Oh, well, she's sick now that she sees the aces.
She has to catch a 9, otherwise Kathy Liebert is going to double up right here.
Kathy looking down, very excited. Here it comes.
A deuce comes. Jennifer's going to need a 9 here. Kathy's going to win this pot.
Last card coming up.
It's not. Kathy Liebert is going to double up right here. Well, you know, I think Jennifer really felt like she was beat there, and she didn't go with her instincts, but there was so much in the pot. It only cost her $70,000 more to call, but still, that's a big chunk out of her stack right now.
Oh, yeah. Call code blue. That one's going to hurt Jennifer. What's amazing is Kathy choosing not to fool around with that, playing it real strong, and it pays off for her. Kathy Liebert.
If you want to know what makes Kathy Liebert tick, you just got to know one word: poker.
I'm Kathy Liebert, and I play poker for a living. My name is Kathy Liebert. I'm a professional poker player.
There goes Kathy reaching for her chips.
Kathy Liebert comes firing at the first pot.
Kathy Liebert has made more final tables on the World Poker Tour than any other woman. She's one of the most successful poker players in the world, period.
I think that a lot of the men that play with the women know that there's some very good players and they can play, and if they underestimate them, sometimes it costs them.
Look at that. She just picked up $9,000 by raising and winning the first pot.
Kathy's training began at an early age, growing up on Long Island, New York.
Well, I started playing a little bit when I was a kid. About 12 years old, we'd have little home games, 5, 10, quarter-cent games. Sometimes I'd play with kids in the neighborhood or something. We'd once in a while get together and go downstairs and play cards, but nothing really serious.
Here comes Kathy again. She's picked up a big hand. This is big slick ace-king.
Whoa, here she goes, $20,000.
I think women can be successful at poker. They can make money if they learn the game and they're competitive at it.
Kathy's faced with a decision here. She's raised it and been re-raised. She has a nice hand,
I'm all in.
She's all in.
She's all in.
She is going for the gusto right here.
Some guys have a male chauvinist attitude that women shouldn't be in the game, and other guys, you know, like to have the women in the game and are friendly to them, you know, so it's mixed. Overall, I would say the men treat the women okay. That you go and you play, and it's just like one of the guys. I mean, you're just there to play the game.
Well, Vince, with that pot, Kathy leaps up into the number 2 chip position right now behind Annie Duke. And poor Jennifer Harman now has gone to the bottom of the stack. She's the low person at the table now with only about 80,000 in chips. She's a fighter. Let's see if she can come back.
This time it's going to be on Evelyn. Evelyn Ng picks up a king 5, not going to play again.
And here's Annie with a 5-4. She folds.
Clonie with a 73.
She folds.
Kathy happy to get out now with a jack deuce offsuit.
So now we're down to the 2 blinds. Maureen and Jennifer. Maureen has a 10-8 offsuit. And she's going to call. Cost her $6,000 more to call. She does so.
She does not raise. She's just soft calls.
And now Jennifer with an ace high here. She's got an ace 4.
I'm all in.
She's gone all in.
Well, she's taking advantage of that soft call by Maureen, and she's going all in with the ace high.
It's a nice bet right here by Jennifer Harman. She believes the ace high is the best hand. It is the best hand. It's a nice play. And Maureen lays her hand down.
A little reprieve for Jennifer Harman. She's been taking her punches today.
Well, she picked up about 30,000 in that pot, so that's the first step of the journey back. Well, Vince, the blinds and Annies are going up one more time.
Yes, they are. They're up to $2,000, and we have $10,000 and $20,000 blinds.
That means, Vince, that there's 42,000 on the table before the cards are dealt. And remember, the average stack size is only 250,000. So this really means they're going to have to get in there and gamble now. You know, the great thing about the World Poker Tour here, Vince, is the education that you can get by watching these great players, man or woman, play the game. And that's what we're seeing today. Jennifer trying to come back.
Maureen is out with a queen 4. And look at this. Jennifer Harman with a pair of 8s is going to go all in.
I don't blame her there. She's gone all in with a pair of 8s here.
Now Evelyn is jack 7. She's out. In the meantime, my Maureen Feduniak is walking over to her husband, Bob, and look at this. She's getting her lucky teddy bear.
Well, Vince, that's one thing you're probably not going to see on men's night, in case they ever have one on the World Poker Tour, is somebody going to get their lucky teddy bear.
Well, this could, you know, poker players are superstitious. She's got her lucky teddy bear. She puts it on her lap. Maybe this could turn things around for her. It's going to be on Annie Duke, who's picked up the speed limit, 55, 2 5s.
Well, Annie would like to take her out here, but opts to lay that hand down. A nice lay down right there by Annie Duke.
Clonie's going to go out. Kathy's going to take a look at a king jack.
I don't know if I have the worst hand. What do you got?
And Kathy is a chatty Kathy at this point. Very happy. Tickled pink over those aces last hand.
Well, what she's saying is count down how much you have. Kathy's going to calculate the pot odds, trying to figure out where she's at in this hand and see if it's worth her while to call. If she could see the WPT cams like us, she would call in a second with the king jack, getting 2-1 on her money, because it's about an even money shot. But she doesn't know that Jennifer has 2 undercards, even though they're a pair.
Jennifer, the slight favorite in this, if it happens to go to the flop. 8s against king jack. Kathy in a nice position at this point. What is she going to do?
Well, remember, there's about $120,000 in the pot. It's going to cost her about $60,000 more to call. So she's getting 2-1, but does she want to double up Jennifer? Well, you got to admire her instincts here. Oh, she wants to play. You can see it. But she doesn't. She folds the hand.
And Jennifer Harman's won a couple in a row. She is coming back.
There's a case that Kathy would have gambled that hand. She wanted to gamble that hand.
You have anything?
Yep.
And she said, what did you have?
Pay later.
That's what I should have said.
Oh, sure you will. The old poker player mix-up. Tell the person later the wrong hand. Here we go. It's going to be on Clonie Gowen first. Looks at a jack-deuce, is not going to play. Kathy's got a 9-8, not going to play. Maureen's out also.
And here's Jennifer picking up an ace-5 on the button. She's going all in for 130-some thousand.
Atta girl, you go get him. Ace-5 flinging away, all in once again.
Well, there's 40,000 sitting out there, so she's just gone ahead and done it, moved all in.
Oh, but she's got a major problem. Evelyn's got big slick ace-king of clubs, and she's quickly calling.
Yep, serious problem for Jennifer here. She's running the big slick, ace-king of clubs.
Annie Duke out.
Jennifer gets up.
Jennifer on her feet.
Before she turns up her cards, she knows she's in bad shape.
Jennifer has ace-5 offsuit. Evelyn has ace-king.
Don't worry, you're going to win. I never win a showdown, so you're going to win.
Evelyn, big smile. Here comes the flop.
It's ace-king versus ace-5.
King 6-4.
Flop is king 6-4. Now this means that Jennifer's going to have to hit 2 running cards to win this pot. If she doesn't do it, she's going to be out. Jennifer Harman, the high-stakes cash player, has gone out in 6th place.
To make matters worse, a flush actually came up, and Jennifer Harman walks away.
Quickly walks away and waves to the crowd on the way out, Vince. As players were talking before this tournament, many of them favored Jennifer Harman to win this event, Vince. When it's not your day, it's not your day. Today just was not Jennifer Harman's day. She is out in 6th place.
Now we've set up a players' lounge outside the casino, and we'll check in on Jennifer later to see how she's doing.
We'll be right back.
I never forget the first time I sat down after Bob taught me how to play, and I sat at a poker table in a casino. I was so nervous, I thought I was going to throw up over the table. It was just dreadful.
We're at the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, and up-and-comer Evelyn Ng has just knocked Jennifer Harman off the table.
Jennifer Harman, the high-stakes cash player, has gone out in 6th place.
But Annie Duke is still the one to beat as 6 of the best women in poker battle it out.
Welcome back to Ladies' Night on the World Poker Tour. We just lost Jennifer Harman, who finished in 6th position. We are down to 5 players. Annie Duke is our chip leader at this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your television sets. This is not Sex in the City. No one's talking about their needs here. They are playing top-notch poker. Here we go. It's going to be on Annie Duke first to act, and she's got king deuce. She's not going to call. She gets up.
I have some Tylenol in my purse. I'm all in.
Clonie has gone all in right here.
Yes,
with
she
ace
has.
jack. Kathy Liebert quickly called with an ace 10. Amazing call right there by Kathy Liebert, in my view.
Maureen is going out.
Maureen's folded.
Evelyn.
This is ace-jack versus ace-10. Clonie is in good shape. She stands up right now.
Oh, this is a disaster potential for Kathy Liebert. Here comes the flop.
Flop is ace-king-9. Now, right now, they both have aces, but Clonie's in the lead with a kicker.
7 on the turn.
Now, what that means is if the board comes off a 9 or a 7 now, this spot will be split.
Last card coming up. It's not going to do it.
It's a 4. Clonie shoots her arms up. She has done it. She has doubled up.
Oh, she has just spanked Kathy Liebert. Huge pot there.
Well, I think Kathy Liebert spanked herself there, Vince. I think she called an extraordinary amount of money, $182,000, with just an ace-10 offsuit there. I'm not crazy about Kathy's call there for all that money.
Mike, I'm a little stunned. That's a true meltdown for the usually brilliant Kathy Liebert.
Well, right now, she is on the short stack, and she's going to have to make a move.
The truth will be out about my
Here we go again. It's right back on Kathy Liebert.
But it's that title, the pride, the passion of winning this event is what they're after.
Look at this. She's going all in with an ace-queen, a very strong hand.
Well, you certainly can't blame her for going all in right here.
Maureen's going out. Evelyn's going out. Back on Annie Duke with the king-deuce, not going to play.
And now Clonie shouldn't even look at her cards. She should call this in the dark. Based on the pot odds she's getting, there's almost 100,000 out there.
Good fold.
She has an abysmal hand, a 3 and a 4, but you're right, she has to call.
Fold. I have big hands. Go ahead, fold it. 9,000.
Looks like she's lining up to call.
Yeah. She knows she has nothing. She knows she has a bad hand. She's calling for the pot odds that she's getting and doing correctly so.
Now, can Kathy's ace-queen hold up and have her double up? She would love to see this happen.
You know, Kathy's only a little bit over 2-to-1 favorite to win this pot, so it's not as bad as you might think.
Here we're going to see a flop.
Can Kathy hold on? No. Clonie has hit a 3 on the flop. So far, she has taken the lead over Kathy right now.
Look at this. Clonie loves it. Waves to her husband.
And look at this. Another 3 on the turn.
To make matters worse, 3 of a kind.
3 threes. Kathy Liebert is going out of here in 5th place.
Sorry. It was so little. Luckily.
Oh, that is a tough one for Kathy Liebert. She walks away shaking hands with anyone that'll shake her hand. A true champion, a brilliant player. Kathy Liebert, our 5th place finisher. Kathy Liebert, report to the Players Lounge, where you can pick up some wonderful parting gifts from the World Poker Tour.
We are down to 4 players, but Maureen Feduniak is on the short stack here, Vince, and she's in the big blind. So she's almost committed to play this pot, whatever she has also. She's got to gamble, take a chance if she wants to get some chips and get back in this hunt herself.
Here we go. It's on Evelyn first. Actually, she's got a 9 deuce offsuit, not going to play.
And she folds. Annie folds on the button.
And here's Miss Lucky herself. Clonie picks up a king 8 of clubs.
And she's raising it. She's going to set Maureen all in right here.
I move all in, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not even going to look.
Maureen says, I call in the dark. It doesn't matter what I have.
There you go. They're both laughing.
She doesn't look at her cards. She's counting on the teddy bear to win this one for her.
Well, I'll tell you, if she doesn't win this hand, you're going to go to the weed whacker with that bear.
Well, let's turn them up. She finds a 6-5 of diamonds. So right now we have the king 8 for Clonie against the 6-5 for Maureen.
Maureen gets up. The crowd going nuts. We're going to see the flop. Here we go.
Oh, the flop comes king 8-3.
Oh, 2 pair for Clonie on the flop.
Great flop right here for Clonie. 4 streets of diamond draw. Maureen now has a flush draw.
She's got an outside chance, you're right.
But no, she doesn't do it. Put the teddy bear to bed.
And she's a great, classy lady.
She is a wonderful person. Her and her husband, Bob, both are assets to the poker community. And they will be back again at a final table on the World Poker Tour. You can bet on that, Vince.
Oh, she has a lot of class. A great champion player walking away.
What was with the teddy bear?
I recently won a tournament at the Bellagio, and while I was playing, my husband played with our grandchildren in the video parlor, and he won the teddy bear. So he came and gave it to me, and shortly afterwards I won the tournament, so I thought maybe he'd bring me luck again.
Oh. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you again.
And you too, Shauna. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And we're down to 3 players, Mike.
The crowd's giving Clonie a nickname, the Texas Terminator. She's taking them out back-to-back here.
Yeah, you're right. The Texas Terminator, Miss Lucky. Big smiles on the table. Clonie, Annie, and Evelyn. Who's going to take this title? Coming right back on the World Poker Tour.
I was not my best. I knew I wasn't going to be my best, actually. You know?
We shouldn't come in sixth.
Fifth isn't much better. You know, it's weird because I got aces and queens a couple times. I had aces like 2 or 3 times. I had queens a couple times. Nobody ever called me.
Except once when Jennifer...
Don't talk about aces.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. In a 1-2 punch, Clonie Gowen took out Kathy Liebert and Maureen Feduniak back-to-back, and now we're down to the final 3 players.
Annie's our chip leader, sitting pretty on an enormous stack of $783,000 in chips.
Clonie Gowen, our Texas Terminator, has $465,000, and Evelyn Ng is on the short stack right now with $252,000 in chips.
Okay, and it's going to be right back on Annie, and this time she picks up a Jack 6 of spades. What's she going to do with it?
90.
She comes in for $90,000.
Very aggressive.
$90,000.
Clonie's got King 4. She's not going to play back on Evelyn.
And Clonie folds, and now it's on Evelyn. Now Evelyn's got a decision to make here. She's got the ace-9 of spade.
That's a very strong starting hand. 3-handed.
It looks to me like she either has to fold or move all in here, because what she's thinking right now is even if she moves all in, Annie is what we call pot committed, basically, based on the size of her stack and the size of the amount that's going to be in the pot if Evelyn moves all in.
I'm all in.
She's going all in with the ace-9 of spade.
She's done it. Now Annie knows it's going to cost her about $80,000 more to call, but there's about $300,000 in the pot.
And look at that disgusted look on Annie's face right now.
So
$166,000.
it's 76 to me?
76,000.
So it's going to cost Annie $76,000 more.
Annie's 76,000.
There's almost about $280,000 in the pot, so she's getting over 3-1 on her money. So she is going to call. The correct play is to call here with Annie, even though she only has a Jack and a 6.
That's a really good hand.
Evelyn says ace-9 of spade.
You got the Jack 6 of spade against ace-9 of spade.
That's right.
So spades won't work for her, so she got to catch a Jack or a 6. Let's see what happens.
Here comes the flop.
Oh, an ace comes on the flop.
That is big for the young Canadian. She's in front so far.
Now Annie's flopped the bottom pair, so she can still win if a 6 or a Jack comes up.
Here comes.
No, a queen comes on the turn.
No Jack, no 6. Come on, Evie.
And she does. Oh, yes. Canada.
She looks back and smiles. The crowd goes crazy. Look at Daniel.
Oh, yes.
That's
Look
her
at him.
coach.
He's going crazy. Security.
Hey. Hey, he is fired up for her.
Oh, this is great. The crowd loving this.
She has doubled up. She is in the hunt and can win this championship. Evelyn made a stand with her ace-9. Nice play right there by Evelyn Ng.
Evelyn Ng is one of our wild cards tonight. She decided to play professional poker 10 years ago, and she's determined to take it to the top.
My name is Evelyn Ng. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I'm a professional poker player. My dad came here from Indonesia with $5 in his pocket, and he's a jeweler and a watchmaker, and my mom is his secretary. Well, when I first started playing poker, they were not too happy about it.
But since she's become successful, all that has changed.
With Asian families, you either gamble or you're very against gambling. And my parents were very against it, so it took a couple years for them to warm up to the idea. They knew that I was making money, so they accepted it because of that. I feel like I'm a lot wiser for playing poker, but in a way, it's also hardened me. I'm not as naive as I used to be. Oh my God, it's freezing day. It's really cold.
Fellow pro Daniel Negreanu has been coaching Evelyn for tournaments. The two of them go way back.
We dated on and off when we were like teenagers for what, like 3 years or something?
Well, we dated when I was 16 for a week, and then you dumped me.
Yeah, I did.
And then we dated when I was 19 for a year, and I dumped you.
I dumped you, you dumped me, and now we're square.
shot. Oh my God. Oh man, I quit.
The competition between these two is fierce.
I don't lose at Monopoly. I just don't.
And neither do I.
No, you lost when you played with me.
Wait, I beat you in chess though, and I only played like 5 times when I beat you in
I
chess.
sucked at chess too. I let you win that time.
Oh yeah.
I did.
You've never let me win anything.
That's true. We used to have little house games. Me, her, and a couple friends. We'd play like a $20 freeze out, the 4 of us. She'd lose, and it would be, you know, pouting. I don't want to play anymore, or whatever like that. Yep, true story. Just like a little baby.
Well, that was like 6-7 years ago in your basement.
So you telling me now if we did it right now?
I wouldn't be pouting because I'd be the one with the chips.
I know one thing. If you sit down at the table with any of these ladies, there's no weak links. They're going to mow you down like grass.
Oh. Let's take a look at the chip count.
Annie Duke is still the chip leader. However, that closed the gap considerably, especially as far as Evelyn Ng is concerned.
Well, what's kind of interesting is Annie early on dominating this game. It is catching up to her. Let's see if she can keep it together. It's going to be on Clonie first.
Well, she's got to like her position, but I bet she doesn't like the Annies and blinds that have gone up again, Vince. Okay. Annies are now 5,000. Blinds are 25 and 50,000. There's 90,000 on the table.
Well, here's Clonie. She's got a pair of 3s, and she's raising it up.
She has. She's made it 100,000 to go. 100,000.
Evelyn's got a king-queen, 3-handed. That's pretty strong. She is seriously contemplating this.
I'm all in.
She's going all in.
Yeah.
Evelyn has come over the top for all her chips with king-queen here.
Annie quickly goes out, and look at Clonie has got a decision to make.
Boy, does she ever, Vince.
You got your Miss Texas against the Bond girl. Big pot at stake here. What would you do if you had a pair of 3s?
This is huge. Well, you know your opponent has at least 2 overcards, but if you know they have that, you're getting the right pot odds to try to gamble with your pair, hope it holds up. If, on the other hand, your opponent has a bigger pair, you're a substantial underdog.
I'm just very impressed by the riffling of Clonie's chips. I mean, what other travel agent in the world could possibly do that with their hands?
I'm sorry, 207.
She's trying to figure out how much she has to call this one down for.
It's 227,000 more to call, which would really put a dent in her stack since she's only got about 300,000 left. So this is a huge decision that Clonie is faced with right now in this tournament.
Clonie's been Miss Lucky all day. Her husband in the audience, rooting her on. Will the luck continue? Should she be in this pot?
Look how calm Evelyn is staying right here.
Clonie's going to not play.
She throws the pair away. A super nice re-raise.
Strong re-raise by Evelyn Ng from Canada, a former card dealer, now a professional poker player.
Well, she's primarily a limit hold'em player, man. She's not experienced at no limit hold'em, but you can see she can play the game.
Oh, you did?
Daniel has coached her and done a terrific job with her. She is a great player, hasn't made a bobble today.
In the meantime, let's not forget about Annie Duke. She's going to go away in this hand. And Clonie has picked up a pair of 6s.
And she's gone all in with him.
Yes, she is. Rightfully so.
And now look at this. Evelyn's picked up ace-queen, a monster hand 3-handed.
Certainly is.
And she calls.
Yeah.
Here we go. Well, both players have played this hand correctly. Clonie has the 2 6s. Evelyn has the ace-queen. We have a race situation. Who's going to get lucky?
Big pot. You see the audience. Clonie's husband up out of his seat. We're going to see the flop.
Wow.
Oh, Clonie cheers. She's flopped 3 6s here.
Oh, what a beautiful flop for Clonie.
Evelyn's not dead. She can catch a jack and a 10 and still win this pot. She doesn't do it. An 8 comes off. Clonie is going to double up here.
That's going to wrap it up. That's a huge pot for the Miss Texas. And look at the coolness of Evelyn. Look at her. She looks like she has ice in her veins. I mean, that is what a professional poker player, that's how you take it. I'm very impressed by her attitude.
You got to be impressed not only by her attitude, but by her play today, man. She has played terrific poker so far.
It looks like 211.
Clonie, Miss Lucky, making it happen here today. Well, you got Clonie, Evelyn, and the great Annie Duke going out of here. Now it's going to go on Evelyn first once again. And she's picked up a 5-3. She's not going to play. Annie Duke looks at an ace-9.
She raised it, makes it 150,000 to go. Now remember, the blinds are 25 and 50,000, so she's raised it 100,000.
Nice strong raise. Now Clonie's got a jack-7 of hearts. Look at this.
Clonie calls. She is gambling.
I'm surprised at this. She's calling with just a Jack-7 of hearts.
She's playing the rush, Vince.
Can she get lucky again? We will see.
Let's see.
Bingo for Clonie.
The flop is Jack-10-3 here, Vince.
She's hit the pair of jacks, and it's on Annie.
Man, I think that's a very dangerous flop for Annie to bet into, but it looks like she's going to do it anyway.
Well, she's ruthless. She's going at it.
And she bets 200,000.
And now look at this. Clonie quickly goes all in.
Without hesitation, she says, I'm all in, and right now, Annie Duke, you could fry an egg on her head.
I tell you, she is imploding before our very eyes. Annie Duke.
Well, although she's played great all day and had the chip lead, because of the blinds and antes now, where the structure is so high.
Smart enough to throw that one away, Mike. Oh, man.
Clonie Gowen from Dallas, Texas. The cowgirl is dancing now.
Well, Miss Happy Texas taking another pot, just violating Annie Duke, and she is taking control right now of this game.
Oh dear, Annie.
Back at the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, where rising poker star Evelyn Ng has turned off the lights for Jennifer Harman.
And Jennifer Harman walks away.
In back-to-back action, Clonie Gowen took down poker pros Kathy Liebert and Maureen Feduniak, earning her the nickname the Texas Terminator.
Clonie is the chip leader.
Oh, we have a new chip leader.
By a nice margin. She's closing in on the $1 million chip mark now. Annie Duke is now on the downspin here slightly. Let's see if she can recover.
Once again on the great Annie Duke.
She is an intense player, though. Look at that look in her eyes.
Oh, you got to love the spirit of this woman.
I'll tell you, Clonie may be from Texas, but Annie Duke has the heart the size of Texas. When it comes to no-limit hold'em, she is not afraid to raise and put her chips in the pot.
She is ruthless, Mike. Look at this. With just King-6, she's making it $150,000. And look at the look on Clonie. Just checking out her chips. She's finally going to look at her hand. And she's got a very unimpressive jack deuce.
Now Evelyn here, again, still on the short stack. She knows she's going to have to do something to get back in this hunt. She has picked up an ace-3. What a decision she is faced with here. She is virtually going to have to commit all her chips to this pot if she plays it.
How can you possibly call? I mean, what a great raise by Annie Duke. Well, but Evelyn is actually thinking about this. This is amazing.
Well, she's going to put a read on Annie. Is Annie steaming from the last pot? Is the ace-high the best hand? That's the decision that she's faced with right now. What a decision that Evelyn is faced with here, Vince.
The young Canadian former card dealer. Big decision to be made.
I like this. She looks down at Annie Duke to try to pick up something off of her. She's studying her.
I call.
And she calls.
Oh.
What a great call right here by Evelyn Ng.
It's an incredible call.
I'm telling you what a play this is.
And Annie is sick about this.
That is not easy to call all your money off on an ace-3 when the person raises in front of you. Evelyn Ng has done it. Whether she wins or loses this pot or not, Vince, that was a great call by Evelyn right there.
Well, Evelyn is in front with the ace. Anything can happen. We're playing hold'em poker. We're going to see the flop. Ace-3 against King-6.
Flop is queen 4-4.
There it is. The flop is queen 4-4, no help.
Evelyn's in front with the ace. Here comes 4th Street. And that's going to hit Evelyn with the pair.
Annie's going to need a king or a 6 to win this pot, or Evelyn's going to double up.
She has the pair of 3s. What's going to happen?
She doesn't do it. Evelyn has doubled up. Look at the crowd, Vince. They're on their feet.
Oh, they are loving this.
Vince, I'm telling you, I don't think we've ever had an audience like this on the World Poker Tour. The excitement we see. Look at Daniel. Look at him. He's high-fiving the crowd. Go, he says. Come back. You can do it. Look at the stunned look on Annie Duke's face here. Back to back. She took a left and a right. Boom, boom. She takes one more blow. She's going to be on the canvas, Vince, for the 10 count.
But she made a great play, and she was just really outplayed by Evelyn.
Well, give Evelyn credit there. That's why Daniel's cheering so hard. He knows what a great call that was to put your money in there with ace-high.
Wild poker going on here at the Bicycle Club. Can Annie Duke come back?
She's virtually going to be committed to this pot almost. Clonie is driving the train right now. She is the conductor.
Look at it's going to be on Clonie, and she's got a monster hand. Ace, queen of clubs.
She says all in. In other words, she's covering both players. Anybody that wants to play with her can put all their chips in there.
Evelyn's going out.
Evelyn folds.
But wait, Annie Duke's got a pair of 10s. Of course, she's going to call this.
She is all in. If she loses this pot, man, she's going to be out of here.
What's Annie got?
She's all in for 51.
10.
Bingo! Clonie has done it so far.
Well, she's flopped 2 huge pair.
But it's not over, Vince. Annie gets up, but she can still catch a 10 to win. The turn comes. The deuce of spade.
That's not going to help Annie.
Annie has to have a 10. She doesn't catch it. She is out of here. Annie Duke, devastated. Gets congratulations from her father, Richard, over there. Clonie goes over and congratulates her. These ladies know how good Annie Duke played today.
A great effort by her.
It really was. Annie wanted to win this contest. She couldn't do it. She played her heart out. Played great poker.
Well, Annie Duke is walking off in the crowd.
She waved to the crowd. Just wasn't meant to be for Annie Duke today. Who would have thought it would have come down to these two players, Vince? The two upstart, rising stars of the poker community have done it, Vince. As is tradition on the World Poker Tour, we're going to have a unique money presentation here. We're down to our final 2 players in the ladies' night at the Bicycle Casino on the World Poker Tour.
It's down to 2, and you know what that means. Heads up, ladies.
Heads up. Here comes the cash, Vince. It's falling out of the sky. Whoa! I love it.
There's a little more for you.
The cash is coming from everywhere.
Look at this presentation.
You know, I've always wanted to be somewhere where it rained money, Vince. We have it right here on the World Poker Tour. Hey, Vince, look at this. How do we get on the crew there? These guys get to pick up that cash. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad job to have, would it?
Well, there is no pickpocketing here on the World Poker Tour.
Vince, I can tell you, I've been around the tournament poker world for over 25 years, and never in poker history has there been a final that's been contested by such 2 beautiful people. And that includes when I was in the final.
No, that's what they said, that you and I were the wild cards.
Oh.
Well, this is incredible. The 2 underdogs going to go at it, heads up.
And as we start out the heads-up action, Clonie has a big chip lead. So right now, Clonie looks like a substantial favorite. However, Vince, as we know, if Evelyn wins 2 pots in a row, she'll be the chip leader.
That is right, Mike.
We've had a lot of drama here. Well, Evelyn gets up. She's going to the rail here.
And she's taking some advice from her coach.
That's her coach, Daniel Negrano. Now, should he be allowed to do this during play here?
Well,
not during the play of a hand, I know, but...
Well,
not crazy about that.
You bring up an interesting point.
Well,
Is that considered coaching? Who knows?
Oh, I'm sorry. Skirt.
Well, certainly Daniel Negrano is the right coach.
Well, right now, she's not going to overlook the pair of jacks she has in her hand.
What a big hand to pick up heads up.
Don't make it. I raise all in.
And she's going all in.
Yeah, she didn't have to run over to get advice on this hand. That's an easy play.
And Clonie, with ace-10, is going to call it.
Also the correct play, I think, playing heads up, especially with a monster chip lead. So we have ace-10 against a pair of jacks. Remember, if Clonie wins this pot, it's over, Vince. She'll be our champion. If not, Evelyn will double up again.
Here comes the flop.
9-8-4.
Evelyn stays in front at this point with a pair of jacks. Here comes 4th Street.
4th Street is a 7. Now what this means is Clonie is going to have to catch a jack, a 6, or an ace. Otherwise, Evelyn is going to double up.
Last card coming up.
It's a deuce.
Oh.
There it is. Evelyn is doubled up.
Look at this, and the fans behind Evelyn just loving this. She is right back in the thick of it.
She sure is, Vince. That was a $650,000 pot she just won.
We talk about a swing. We would call this a long shot in the beginning of this heads-up action, and now it's practically even.
40 to 60 to 80.
We are at the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, where the gloves are coming off.
They're off, Vince. They're way off. Stick around. We'll be back with more World Poker Tour action in just a minute.
Is this the Losers Lounge?
Oh, yeah. Glass of wine, Annie. I like wine.
If I could have made a prediction, I would have predicted those two as the final.
Welcome back. We're at the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California. We're heads up here on the World Poker Tour, where Evelyn Ng is steadily chipping away at Clonie Gowen's chips.
Clonie's got 847,000, and Evelyn's right behind her with 653,000. We are watching the future faces of poker here.
And what a lovely face it is, Vince.
Hey, take it easy, down, boy. You're drooling on my suit here.
And here we go. And look at this. Look what Evelyn has picked up. Vince playing heads up. 2 aces.
Hallelujah.
The big bullets.
And she is just going to call it.
She's thrown the bait out in the water.
She's trying to set the trap. And look at Clonie's got a pair of 4s.
And Clonie goes all in with the 2 4s.
Of course she is, and Evelyn quickly calls.
Evelyn quickly calls with aces. It's a dream come true for her to get all her money in before the flop with 2 aces. Can they hold up, Vince?
The crowd is going crazy. They love the aces against the 4s.
Look at Clonie. She looks like a sad puppy dog right now. She knows that she was hoodwinked there. Now she's got to catch a 4 to get out of this mess.
Here we go with the flop. She needs the 4. Can she get lucky?
The flop comes Jack 9 8.
No help yet from Miss Texas.
Clonie's going to have to catch a 4 here, or Evelyn's going to be our new chip leader.
Not on 4th Street. She's not.
Right now, Clonie is going to have to catch a 4, or Evelyn is going to double up and be our chip leader.
Can it hold up?
Let's see the last card.
Here it comes.
It's an 8. Evelyn has done it.
She has done it. A beautiful score there.
The crowd goes crazy.
Look at Daniel Negreanu. Give this man a straitjacket.
Well, he's cheering, but look at poor Clonie there. The air is going out of her balloon, Ben. She is very sad at the moment. She was in total command there just shortly, and now it's gone double up, double up, double up 3 times in a row, and now Evelyn has the big chip lead.
She is back in action. It is very close right now.
Well, Vince, that was a $1,300,000 pot, so that's how much she has, meaning Clonie only has about $200,000. So it's exactly reverse of where they started playing heads up when Clonie had $1,300,000 and Evelyn only had $200,000.
We talk about a devastating swing. This is ruthless.
Vince, the blinds have gone up now. It's $10,000 ante and 40 and 80,000 blinds.
So Clonie is not going to be pushed around. And look at this, Mike. I think she's just borrowed Kathy Liebert's glasses.
Well, she's put on the sunglasses.
Yep.
She's going to hide her eyes. She's bearing down.
They both have some very fashionable glasses on.
All in.
She's going all in.
King 5 of spades, she goes all in. I think that is the correct play for sure with that hand.
Evelyn looks at King 10. Gives her that look.
How much is it?
There's 80,000 that Evelyn has in the pot already, so she has to call the difference. So we're going to see how much that is right now.
Clonie would hate this call at this point, especially if she knew what hand Evelyn has.
Well, remember, if Evelyn wins this pot, it's over.
Evelyn's just checking her out. Is she going to call this?
How much is the raise? Like I have 80.
113,000 more. She calls.
She's doing it.
Oh, she's going to love it when she sees her opponent's hand. This is King 10 versus King 5. Evelyn will be our champion if she wins this pot. She's a monster favorite to do that right now.
Oh, and look at the face on Clonie. How do you spell devastation?
Yeah, she knocks the table.
She hates that.
Oh, she knows she is in the bucket now.
You're talking King 10 against King 5. This is going to put Clonie on the morphine drip.
And the flop is
Can she get lucky? Here comes the flop.
Ace 4 deuce.
Flop is Ace 4 deuce. Now what that means is if a 3 comes off, Clonie can win the pot in addition to a 5. And it happens, a 3 comes off. But not so fast, my friends. 3 clubs are out there. If Evelyn catches a club, she can still win this pot. She'll tie it if a 5 comes off.
Yeah, and if the Easter Bunny comes, I'm going to be excited.
A 10 comes off. You're right, Vince. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't.
Clonie has doubled up right here as a big underdog with a King 5. She got lucky that pot to beat Evelyn's King 10. What dramatic action we're seeing here on the World Poker Tour tonight, Vince. Unbelievable.
Like I said earlier, anything can happen in No Limit Hold'em.
Right there, Evelyn was in prime position to capture this title. It was King 10 versus King 5, and Clonie dodged a bullet there, Vince.
It's going to be on Clonie right now, first to act.
Well, looks down there and picks up the Ace 6 offsuit, a big hand playing heads up.
Yes, it is.
And she goes all in with him.
Rightfully so, all in for Clonie.
Evelyn's going to peek down there. And look at this.
Oh, she's got a wired pair of sevens.
And she calls. She's got two sevens.
The crowd on its feet, Mike.
Vince, for the second consecutive hand, Evelyn is in a commanding lead position when all the money goes in the pot. Can she hold her off and take this championship right now on this hand?
Well, that's going to sting. Clonie nodding her head. She doesn't like this. We're going to see the flop. Can she get lucky? Here it comes.
Well, the flop comes king, queen, 10, Vince. And what this means is Clonie can now catch a jack as well as an ace to win this pot.
Oh, she's got an outside chance, but Evelyn's in front. Can she take this title?
Look, an ace comes off.
She caught it.
Clonie has outdrawn her. Now, Evelyn's not dead. She can catch a 7 to win, and she could actually tie if a jack comes off. And the jack comes off.
Jack comes off.
We're going to split this pot, Vince.
Oh, and a huge smile for Evelyn.
It sure is. That's the biggest smile we've seen out of her tonight.
I think Clonie wants a recount here.
And we're right back where we started. I can't believe it.
I can't either. Now, let's tell the folks out there that don't really know the rule here. You can play the best 5 cards, and you can play the board, and that's exactly what happened. The board was a high straight, and obviously that is the best hand you can have, so they split on the end. Otherwise, Clonie was going to make another miracle outdraw with the ace. She had done so, and that is poker.
Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion of Ladies' Night at the Bicycle Casino on the World Poker Tour. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We are in Los Angeles, California, watching Ladies' Night.
Vince, I've been around a long time, and you just don't see this kind of spectacular poker all day long. What a great night, Ladies' Night on the World Poker Tour. We are watching some sensational poker. Vince, if you look at Clonie's face there, she looks totally depressed right now, but if you take a step back and look at things, for the second time in a row, she's had her money in with way the worst hand, and she survived both hands. She might have more lives than a cat, Vince.
Well, you're right. Look at her. She doesn't know whether she's elated or depressed. I mean, this game will turn you into a Sybil.
One thing about it, when you play poker, Vince, you experience all the emotions.
Yes, you do.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Well, I'll tell you, we're going down the stretch. And it's going to be on Clonie once again to make a play.
She just calls with the queen 6 of clubs. And look at Evelyn now. This is the worst hand in poker, folks, the 7 deuce offsuit. She knocks the table. We're going to see a flop here.
So you got queen 6 versus 7 deuce.
Flop
comes ace jack 10.
All different suit. Check.
Evelyn checks, and look at this. Clonie's reaching for chips with nothing. The queen high, and she bets all in.
Evelyn folds.
Oh, can you say comeback, Clonie? You're doing a great job here.
What a nice bold bet that was by Clonie right there. She only had a gut shot straight draw.
The young lady from Texas, the travel agent, is not going to fly away here. She is sneaking back in this.
She certainly has gotten lucky a few of the last hands against Evelyn. However, Evelyn still has the chip lead, even though the gap has been narrowed substantially. It's about 820 to 680 right now in chips with Evelyn, our chip leader.
Oh, it's going to be Evelyn. She's going all in with queen 8.
Queen 8 offsuit, and she's moved all in.
I call.
And Clonie quickly calls with ace jack of clubs, and Evelyn knows she stubbed her toe here, Vince.
Oh, man, this is a real tough one for Evelyn. Clonie with the ace jack of clubs.
I think this is the first mistake that I've seen Evelyn make today, but this could be a very major mistake for her.
She's a slight favorite.
Well, it's ace jack of clubs versus queen 8. There comes the flop. It comes ace king deuce. Right now, Evelyn needs 2 runners to win the pot. She doesn't get it. A king comes on the turn. Clonie has won this pot.
Oh, you got to love this for Clonie.
What a big pot it was, Vince. $1,300,000, a little bit over that, which means these players are right back exactly where they started when they began heads-up play.
This kind of poker puts you in the funny farm.
You don't flip pancakes over this many times.
You haven't seen me cook lately.
Clonie had a big chip lead when they started heads up. It totally reversed in that Evelyn took the big chip lead, and now once again Clonie has gotten it back. Amazing. And you have to feel a little bit bad for Evelyn here because she took heartbreak beats 2 consecutive hands there, in my view, where this tournament would have been over. She'd have had the crown on her head, and as it is, she made her first blunder in my mind. She got picked off, and now once again she's looking up Pikes Peak to come back to win this match. Well, Clonie said she knows exactly how she's feeling, and she's not lying because she was in that position, Vince. and it completely flip-flopped.
That was a very sensitive thought. Now, you don't see that in men's poker.
No, in men's poker, they say, I'm glad you're feeling that way. Well, she knows how she's feeling, but notice she didn't say, I apologize for having all these chips. She is trying to get the chip. She's trying to win this title. And right now, it's once again
the Clonie show.
Round after round after round, here we go. Can Evelyn come back? As Clonie came back. Okay, now notice she's putting all her chips out here. She's virtually pot committed here. She's going to call, doesn't matter what two cards she's got.
We're going to have a showdown here because the big blind is all in for 43.
This is Queen Jack versus Queen 4. Again, Evelyn is in the dominating position. See what happens.
The flop.
Flop comes Ace 7 deuce, no help for either player.
The turn is a
jack. A jack comes on the turn. Evelyn is going to win this hand.
Well, that's a beautiful one for Evelyn.
And a queen.
Evelyn has doubled up, and round we go, Vince. I don't know what the world record is in the championship fight, Vince, in terms of rounds, but we're going back to the 1850s because we're up to about round 76 right now.
Well, there's more swings out here than in the playground.
A yo-yo hasn't gone up and down more than these ladies have tonight.
Evelyn moves all in.
There goes Evelyn. She's moving all in here.
Once again,
she has King 3 of spade. The correct play is to move all in here. She's done so.
And Clonie's looking at an Ace 7.
80, 100,000 and
Mike, if she calls, this could be it.
Okay.
She's
called
call.
her. She's done it. She has the Ace high. Right. Evelyn is all in with the King 3. Clonie has the best hand with an Ace 7. Can she make it stand up and capture this title?
Here we go.
This is Ace 7 versus King 3 of spade.
This could be it. Here's the flop, Mike. And look at this. Clonie's in front with a pair of 7s.
Flop is 8-7-5. Evelyn's going to have to catch a king or 2 runners to make it straight.
No, it's another 5. That makes a pair of 5s on the board. Clonie's still in front.
Evelyn's going to have to catch a king or it's over, and Clonie's going to be our champion.
Here it comes. That's going to do it.
Comes at the river.
That's going to do it.
Clonie has done it.
She has twisted it around. She has come back.
They give each other a hug. What a battle.
2 great champions, 2 great sports.
I bet you got to love seeing that. You know, it's like 2 great boxers that fight. They hug each other out of respect. That's what that was all about right there, Vince. It's nice to see. Just terrific.
Clonie Gowen taking this title.
She has done it. Look at her husband, David, over there. He is going to the World Poker Tour Championship with an entry.
I love the way these ladies played. Perfect poker tonight.
You have to be thrilled for Clonie, but you also have to feel a little pain for Evelyn. She came back, took the lead, had the dominating hand, 2 consecutive hands where she'd have been champion.
Well, there's another hug. I'll tell you something. Mike, where's my hug?
Well, you'll get it when I beat you heads up in something, Vince.
This is great. There's a lot of love in the room at the Bicycle Club in Los Angeles.
And her husband gives her a congratulation kiss.
Yes, there is. What a spectacular event we've had on the World Poker Tour tonight. And now, as customary on the World Poker Tour, we're going to have a toast to our champion. Let's hear it for Clonie Gowen, the Ladies' Night Poker Champion. And for Doug Dalton, Linda Johnson, Shauna Hyatt, Vince Van Patten, I'm Mike Sexton saying, may all your cards be live and may all your pots be monsters. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week on the World Poker Tour. Well done.
Om lidt kan du se Ultimate Poker Challenge.